Representative Bill Patmon for State Representative 10th District.
Good afternoon. It is indeed my pleasure to be before you, but I don't want to talk about what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you about what I'm doing. On September 11th, House Bill 171, which I'm a sponsor of, will allow the Cleveland Public Schools to approve a process that gets our children into churches and receive elective credit towards their diplomas. I said, well, why would you do something like that? Well, you do it because you look around at the landscape and you find that Catholic schools, Lutheran schools, Jewish schools, schools with a theme of faith do better. In the Cleveland Public Schools, all I am saying in that piece of legislation just went into effect is give them a chance. If they want to ask about it, give them a chance. And as I said, that's been signed into law and it's on its way. The other thing is something you might be very interested in, and that is the legislation I passed for my mom in honor of her. She's a breast cancer survivor and is 90 years of age right now. When the catastrophic disease hit my family, my mother had been the person that always said, it's okay. If I went to get a shot, she'd say, it's okay. And when I walked in that room, I couldn't say it's okay because I didn't have the information. I didn't know. I was blindsided. I want to make sure that that never happened to anybody else. So that's another proud bill of something that I have sponsored and is passed into law. The other thing is I'm working on a gun safety bill, House Bill 31. I'm working on that one, working it through committee, and I think you'll be very pleased with that. It mandates that you shall safely store your gun if you have one, if you believe children have access to your premises. Just plainly makes sense. And I'm meeting with the Sandy Hook people tomorrow to try to get through that. One more little thing that I'd like to mention is that I am a sponsor of the entire transportation budget for the state of Ohio, because I make sure that I'm in those rooms on your behalf. And how does that benefit you? We recently announced that we raised the goals for African American businesses to 20% just the day before yesterday with the news conference with the governor, because we were able to use a trick that I used, and I was in the room to suggest it, when we did the airport. And the airport, they said, we got federal dollars, we can't do that. I said, we have local match. They said, yes. I said, well, why do I have to use federal rules for local match? And nobody could say I couldn't. So when we did the airport, and I was a Cleveland City Councilman, we had rules differently for the local money than the federal money. Today, the turnpike money is going to be the opportunity quarter, and we will get 20% of that. And that is what I try to do and make sure on your behalf, because it doesn't matter what color the stadium is, it matters who builds it. It matters where the jobs go. It matters where the businesses go. And so I make no apologies for that as your representative.
As state representative, what has been your greatest accomplishment?
I just talked about it. Lizzie B. Bird Act. That's my mom. That is the greatest accomplishment, to be able to honor her in some way. And she's, getting on. But when I hung that up in her room, a copy of it, she smiled. And that's my greatest accomplishment.
Thank you.
In closing, I'd like to say that a lot of folks have some criticisms of the kind of politics that myself and a friend of mine we play. We play the politics of delivery. Delivery. Because left wing, right wing. Jesse Jackson said it takes 2 wings to fly. And that's when I go to get up and go to Columbus. That's my purpose, is to make sure that we are passengers